The note referenced the recent murder of this 15-year-old girl named Leslie Gaddis, who had been killed not far from the church in Memphis, Tennessee. This case was all over the news, and so Sam and basically everybody at the church had heard about it. And so he's seeing that the note is referencing this girl, but more than that, the note insinuated that there was something in the church's attic that would change everybody's understanding of this murder case. And so Sam's like, is this a prank? Like an awful prank? I mean, are the kids who are stealing food and messing with the cook's stuff, are they also responsible for this? Sam's thinking, this murder case was all over the news. I mean, everybody, including the kids in this church, had heard about it. I mean, this girl had been abducted from her bedroom in the middle of the night. I mean, it was horrible. And he's thinking, maybe this really is a prank. But at the same time, Sam's thinking that if this note is true, that there is some horrible thing or some clue or evidence up in the attic that might be useful to police about this case, like he had a responsibility to share it with the authorities. And so even though he knew he might be overreacting a little bit to this, he called the police and said, hey, you gotta come down here and look at this. And so sure enough, later that day, police showed up to the church, they met with Sam, they read the note, and they went into the attic. And they searched it extensively, but they didn't find anything connected to the Leslie Gaddis murder case. They didn't really find anything of note up there at all. They also searched the entire building, just in case, but there was nothing of note. And so the police told Sam that, look, your first instinct was probably right here, that this was likely a prank. Whoever was maybe messing with your kitchen food, and the cook very likely did this too, I don't know. But, if anything serious happens, about this case or anything else, don't hesitate to reach out, but this does not seem like a big deal. And so the police left, and Sam is just left in his office thinking like, what do I do here? I mean, like he didn't know who was messing with the stuff in the kitchen or the cook. He didn't know who had written this note, but it really started to seem like, somebody was up to something, or multiple people were, and he just wanted to understand why. Like, why is this happening? Over the next couple of weeks, food continued to go missing from the kitchen, despite locks being changed several more times. The church's cook continued to have his stuff messed with, and more notes, handwritten notes on various pieces of paper and paper towels, began popping up, not just on Sam's desk, but also on other church officials' desks. And these other church officials, when they got them, they were totally convinced that this had to be a prank. But for Sam, he just felt like, I don't know if this is a prank. It's not really funny. It isn't like the person doing it is really getting any big reaction. It's just kind of creepy and unsettling that somebody is, launching this bizarre campaign against the church. It didn't add up. But, even though this is all happening for weeks at this point, the final straw, at least in Sam's mind, happened the previous Sunday when he and his